My God, my forehead looks big on this here. It's just like the sun is beating right on it, and it's kind of like. All right, good afternoon, everybody.
Right,
welcome.
Good afternoon, Randy.
Are you gonna be like that or what? It's bad enough I have to deal with the birds. Now I got to deal with you.
No, you can continue.
Seriously. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another upload of It's Dyer thing. Rob here, and if you see this, as you kind of know, bleh, I don't know, whatever.
What is
Anyways.
that?
This is going to be the second edition or second episode in regards to the beak for the Tenere 700. This was the knockoff kit here that I obtained through the sales of AliExpress. I'll put up the link to the previous video that was just done not too long ago, which had quite a few hits on it, so that's pretty good. So that means there is definitely some interest. Whether if you're poking fun at me because I want to put a beak on my Tenere 700, or you're kind of interested in doing it yourself. So the previous video we did the unboxing and kind of like the overview, and then we did a fit up onto the Tenere 700 just to see what it was looking like. I kind of went with this one here because I didn't want to go with the Puig or the name brand one, just due to the fact that the pricing was kind of like unachievable, right? It was a bit too much for my blood. Little behold, 2 to 3 weeks later now, I can see this one being sold on AliExpress for like $56. Damn, right? So I kind of missed out. And then I found the other one, which was the original one from Puig, that was at $250 to $300. So that's where we are today. I've just received this in the mail, so we're going to do an unpacking, an unboxing or an unbagging together, and let's take a look and see what this one's like. So I took a look, and from the listing on AliExpress and just from the imagery, and there was no reviews on it, so I will probably be one of the first ones that will do a review on it through the sales division of Ali. I wanted to see what it would look like because from, like I said, from the images and stuff like that, the hardware and the bracketry and just the way it's looks like it's manufactured seems to be pretty decent, right? I mean, so the differences between the Puig style one, or the one that I kind of originally liked but I didn't like the price, is this one actually sits right up and onto the whole front cowling of the Tenere 700, whereas this one kind of fits underneath and it's kind of floating underneath, right? So definitely, I mean, you can see the both of them construction wise are absolutely fantastic. Like, I'm really thoroughly impressed for a price of under $100 on how well these things are actually done. This one actually resembles a lot more of the actual Tenere Black, and because it's got also kind of like a little bit of a metallic into it, but it's not a paint. It's kind of interesting where this one is completely matte. But as you can see, the width between the two, this one definitely, I think, hopefully will have a better fit and finish up onto the Tenere. It's actually really nicely. I was really impressed with this new kit that I just received. Is the bracket and the hardware. I mean, it is like factory finish. I tell you, it's got to be manufactured by the same company that does it for other branded companies out there. Like the actual bracket on this is so heavy duty. Like that metal is almost 2 mils thick, and it's definitely a steel. It's really tough. It's actually not bad compared to this one, which was tiny little L brackets. Now again, you know, I justified the price back then, which was $90. You know, I wasn't expecting too much, but now they're actually even $50, so that's even cheaper. So whereas these ones now, definitely much better, and that actually fits up underneath the actual fender here, and then that actually will go up and attach itself to the bike. So you've got the whole support underneath, right? So even if you get some kind of weight or anything on top of it and flex it, the whole bracket is taking the weight from this, whereas these ones here, for most of the support was being done by this little plastic bit here, and then you had like two little L brackets which were holding onto the side. So in regards to construction wise, I think this one is a lot better, is a lot more sturdy, and with the bracketry it definitely looks a lot more factory finish. Another thing other than actually the bracketry itself, it does come with a little hardware pack. I'm just looking through the packaging here just to see if they do include an installation instructions, which they don't. So that's the same as the previous kind of generic Fender. You kind of have to guess where everything goes or refer to web pages for imagery and stuff like that. In regards to this one here, you can see it's fairly simple. So looking at the bracket itself, I can see there's 4 little tiny drilled holes there, and then I can see like four little rubber damper stoppers. So obviously they go into there, and that basically just kind of rests itself up against the fender, and then that just stops any kind of vibration. There's a couple of 2 little rubber grommets, and then I got these threaded bolts or threaded nuts here, insert nuts, and then the bigger holes onto the fender here, as you can see here. So the rubber grommets would definitely go into that. And then we have those 2 screws that will go into the threaded inserts. So it's really, this holds itself up onto the fender with 2 screws, and then we got 1 large bolt and a nut, which looks to be like an 8mm here. That probably goes in through somewhere onto the headlight stay guard, or underneath that whole bracketry there. So, and that would probably go in through this portion here. So basically that's just held up, and it's butted itself up against the frame portion or the headlight stay. I'm going to go and fit this guy up, and we're going to see how well it looks like up onto the Tenere, and then we can kind of recap from there. So let's go take a little walk downstairs to the basement, get some light on that, and hopefully we'll get a good look, a good idea as to what this one looks like, and then we can do a final comparison between, you know, really generic and then a little bit more unit specific, which this seems to be the one. So, all right. I need some light up here so we can actually physically see what this looks like. So once I get it in here, get the light underneath here, please. So if you take a look here, so we got this Allen screw here, and then there's a nut on the other side. So you're gonna have to remove this here, and once that's removed, it's gonna be replaced with this little frame piece here that just kind of fits underneath there. All right, so there you have it, guys. It's now installed. And again, it doesn't take that much in order for it to install here. So if you can take a look underneath here, you're basically just replacing that one fastener there. Do be mindful that there is 2 little collars that actually hold the other bolts in place here. They're just kind of like spacers, so you just do want to make sure that they go back into place just to secure it all nice and tight. But as you can see, it is really secure there. So the overall finish, I don't know if, Sage, if you can kind of trigger that light, hopefully it would work, I don't know there. But in regards to the lines, as you can see, the lines work up pretty nice. I mean, it's not bad. Again, just to recap again on this price here, it actually cost me, it was $56 plus $3 of shipping. $56 for this thing. It's absolutely crazy. It's really nice. So I'm going to just to revise on the fasteners there and the washers, just make that really clean. So I'll do that come just before riding season there. But for the overall look, as you can see, it's super nice. It works well. I'm very pleased. For the price, you know what? You can't go wrong with that. So it's definitely a keeper. I like that. All right, so let's get back upstairs, and we'll kind of recap and finish all this, and just kind of go over everything, and hopefully we'll be done with the video. Alrighty. As I said, the only things that I would highly recommend is that you swap out these 2 screws here, and then you go with a quality screw, and then you get a good washer as well. Black them up, make them nice, and they'll fit clean, and they'll look definitely a lot better. They were just kind of somewhat out of spec for the tool. Other than that, but everything lined up and everything looks good, so I definitely don't see an issue with that. Hopefully this does provide you with a little bit more insight in regards to having an actual front fender, and you don't necessarily have to go with the highest priced one out there through actual markets. That means now with this one here, what am I going to do with this one? I'm not too sure. I'll probably post it up for sale locally here. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fairly nice. It's just not exactly what I was looking for, but I mean, it's always good for a backup. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully it has provided you with some information. Probably by the next week, I will definitely have this fender installed, and hopefully we may go out for a ride so we can kind of get another overview of the bike and all the stuff that we've done. We still got Sage's DR. We got a lot more stuff to do to it. A lot more stuff to do to it, and hopefully we'll get that one out as well. So stay tuned. Again, thank you very much for your support and all your contributions. For the subscriptions and the notifications, do let us know down below in any comments if you have any suggestions, any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer you the best way I can. Until next time, be safe, have fun, be good, and don't forget, keep it covered, guys. Yeah. What do you have to say, buddy?
Look at my forehead.
I think your forehead's as big as mine.
It is. Look at it.
Not bad, eh? Woohoo, we're like two brothers from another mother's. Except for I'm your daddy. Who's your daddy? Huh?
Look at those.
I don't want those shoes. What are we going to
I
do with
want those
shoes?
shoes,
Why the
but
hell
I
do you
have
want those
no
shoes?
money.
Whatever. Kids, be kids. All right. Bye-bye, guys.